AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Washington football team.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They've handled all comers through the first 3 months, a perfect 12-0.
Yeah, they're 3/4 of the way to a perfect season, and now's where it really starts to get into your mind. We'll see if it affects their play in any way.
Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
On 1st and 10, Watts. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Intended for
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
3rd play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Watts. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of 45. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watts. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 39.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A first down carry for Barkley. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. He's decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. On the draw, this is Barkley. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd and 2, Watts. And able to find Kirk complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early and down a distance count. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 3 yards out, and the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington here offensively, and their man under center, Dwayne Haskins, the number 15 pick out of Ohio State in 2019.
I know we were assigned this game, but let's face it, this is the one we wanted, isn't it? Get a chance to watch an MVP candidate perform down the stretches 4 weeks ago. How are you feeling about his chances?
Well, I think he certainly has a shot. It's going to determine what he does and what the others around him do for these last 4 weeks. But more MVP chatter, it seems like, every year as you hit the month of December. This year's going to be no exception.
Yeah, I know he's not ranked number 1 right now, but if he plays up to his capabilities, I think he's going to win with them. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's Haskins. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not
Looking for a better play coming up on third. Tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack. Here's Haskins to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Washington going to send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, it's team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Number 6 brings up 2nd and 4.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Cowboys 7, Washington 0.
Second down at 4. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st down, Watts. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
Point after here coming up.
The extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A quick first down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Now Haskins over the middle, and it's incomplete. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is really floating around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Watts. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
On 1st down, Barkley. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Watts. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
To throw on 2nd down, Watts. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Looking to throw, Watts. And he comes back with one complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. Touchdown, Cowboys. Saquon Barkley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it is now 21-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
He takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. This one caught by Davis. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And his throw is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, it's Haskins. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 20-yard touchdown. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Completes it to Hardman. He finds an opening past the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Back to throw. Watts. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing on first down. Watts throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 44 yards away. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Titans with the lead as they hit halftime. A.J. Brown, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they lead the visiting L.A. Chargers at halftime. Josh Jacobs, a force in that first half with 2 touchdown runs. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they trail the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to the half. The Bucs still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Haskins in the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll keep it on the ground. Zimmerman.
Number 31.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Zimmerman, and there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On 1st and 10, Watts. Smith catches left side. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw on second down. Watts. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough third down call. Operating from the gun, Watts. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That gain on third down, good for 28.
The 47-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A gain of 3, second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw on second down, Watts. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. On first down, Barkley, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Looking to throw on second down, Watts. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield.
Intercepted by Washington.
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From midfield now, Haskins has got Hooper on the short connection.
Haskins
that catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
A gain of 9 yards.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
The ball carried.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
At the Cowboys.
From the gun, Haskins got his man complete over the middle. That's Thompson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 21.
12. First down, Washington.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. They will find Davis. That's complete.
Haskins pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 16-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Haskins. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Haskins pass.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Off the bootleg, Watts gets this out to Saquon Barkley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun, Watts. That's caught left side by Hardman. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now the Washington offense heading out. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. On 1st down, it's Haskins. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Thompson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards that time. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Operating from the gun. Haskins throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Haskins pass.
7 yards on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some...
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. 3rd and long after that last sack.
From the gun, Haskins. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 21. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
On 2nd down now, it's Zimmerman. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Number 16. Touchdown.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he rifles one incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When we talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. This is McAllister, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Again, it's Barkley, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
It's 3rd down and 12.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On 3rd down, Barkley. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Cowboys, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.